So a lot of people ask me, Chico, do you hate cold calling? Are you saying that nobody is ever making money with cold calling prospects? Because if that's the case, then you are completely off your rocker, because I make money making cold calls every single day, and good money at that. And the answer is no. I'm not saying that you cannot make money doing cold call. There's people out there that do it every day. It is really a matter of, and I'm trying to get outside here, it's really a matter of preference, right? Very quickly, I got started in real estate investing, and the thing that I tried to do right away, because everybody said you should do it, was I tried doing door knocking. And door knocking is like the 1.0 version of cold calling, right? Where you have to go to somebody's house, knock on their door. And I think door knocking is tough, because nowadays it's even more dangerous because people do all kinds of crazy stuff. But back then when I started, I did what's called door driving, which is where you go to people's houses, you go with the intention of knocking on the door, but you don't knock on the door because you're too chicken shit to knock on the door, and you don't want that rejection. That was me. So I did that for a time, and I just didn't like it. When I was in real estate investing, and when I was as a real estate agent, I did a lot of cold calling, and that was my main method that I was using in order to try to find listings. And I would sit on the phones for 3 hours a day. And back then there was no dialers. I had a headset that, just a regular headset, and I had gotten a special band that allowed me to take that headset and put two of them together. And then I commandeered from the office two different phones, and I was using two phones, dialing one on the left, dialing another one on the right, and that's what I used in order to be able to call like 100 people every single day. And I really hated it. I wasn't that great at it, the rejection and everything else. And so now you can argue that's a little bit easier because you have, and back then we didn't have script tracing. We had this thing called the Bresser's book that allowed us to get access to a whole bunch of different phone numbers, but it wasn't that great. And at the end, when all was said and done, I just didn't like it. And so then now when I started my career as a real estate investor, I had the opportunity just to learn direct response marketing. I had the opportunity to learn how to write postcards, and that's kind of my claim to fame. I did a lot of that in the past, and then I continued to transition to other marketing. And other marketing that you pay money for, it's for that, so that people can raise their hands and reach out to you. And I've always found that to be, for me, the best type of lead generation, because now you're talking to somebody who wants to talk to you, who's interested in selling their property. You're not catching them. They're not like you don't have this resistance of who the hell are you and why are you calling me and how'd you get my phone number and all of that. And so the question is that, look, I think for most of you, and you tell me if this is the case or not, being given the choice, would you rather sit on the phone and cold call, or would you rather talk to people that have raised their hands and reached out to you and said, hey, I want to talk to you about selling my property? I would say that 99.9% of you would rather have the second option, where you have somebody that raises their hands and says, hey, I'm interested in speaking with you. The masochist of you, the guy, you might want to do the cold calling because you're like, Chico, I love that rejection, because every time I get a rejection, I know I'm one step closer to get a deal, and I would say, God bless you. Not for me. And so my question to you is that then why would you not do the other part of it? And I think it has to be, why would you not do outbound marketing in order to generate leads? I think that there's a bit of fear involved, meaning that you're afraid that you're going to spend some money and not get the results. Sometimes it can just be budget restrictions, right? Because in terms of you're trading money for your time, and so if you have absolutely no money at all for marketing, then the cheapest way to get started is to get a highly qualified list of prospects, skip trace that, and you don't even need a dialer. You could just use your phone to call those people, and then all of a sudden now you have the opportunity to get a hold of leads. And it is what it is. You're going to have to tough it out and do the work, and then eventually maybe you might put yourself in a position that then you'll be able to do some marketing and get incoming leads, and now you're not going to be doing the cold calling anymore. And now you could say, well, why don't I just hire someone in order to do the cold calling? You could certainly do that. I think that the biggest issue is when you don't have the money for marketing, then you have to resort to cold calling. But I think that very quickly, you should very quickly resort to then having some sort of marketing in place that has incoming leads, because those leads are always going to be better. So at the end of the day, am I saying that you cannot make any money by cold calling, that cold calling is dead? I say that, but you know that I know that you and I know that you could get on the phone and be able to find people that are interested in selling their property, and you can get a deal from that. And I don't know, would you rather walk, or would you rather take the bus, or would you rather take the Rolls Royce, or would you rather get a chauffeur? They all get you there. It just depends on how you want to do it. Let me know what you think.